Good evening. Breaking news now as Ukraine claims responsibility for the destruction of Russia's largest weapon power plant.
As the war in Ukraine enters its fifth year, Kyiv is intensifying a strategy that strikes far beyond the battlefield. In the early hours of January 4-5, 2026, a Ukrainian long-range drone attack hit the Energia defense plant in the Russian city of Yelets in the Lipetsk region, one of the most critical facilities in Russia's military-industrial complex. The strike, confirmed through open-source imagery, eyewitness accounts, and regional emergency alerts, marks one of the most consequential deep attacks Ukraine has carried out since the start of the full-scale invasion in February 2022. While Russian authorities downplayed the incident, evidence suggests the damage could have significant implications for Moscow's missile and drone production capabilities at a time when its defense sector is showing growing signs of strain. Initial reports of the incident emerged shortly after dawn on January 5. Russian regional officials confirmed that a fire had broken out in an industrial area of Yelets, but avoided naming the facility involved. Photographs published by the Astra Telegram channel later showed extensive fires engulfing parts of the plant. Astra cited open-source intelligence analysis suggesting the blaze followed a drone strike. Additional confirmation came from the Dnipro official OSINT group, which geolocated the images and verified that the burning facility was indeed Energia. Energia, formerly known as JSC Energia, is located approximately 150 miles north of the Ukrainian border, well beyond the range of conventional artillery and rocket systems. The strike demonstrated Ukraine's continued ability to penetrate deep into Russian territory using long-range unmanned aerial vehicles. Russian officials offered a standard response. Lipetsk Governor Igor Artamonov stated that the fire was caused by falling drone debris after air defenses intercepted an unmanned aerial vehicle. He emphasized that there were no casualties and denied reports that a drone had crashed into a kindergarten. Such statements have become routine following Ukrainian drone strikes inside Russia. Authorities frequently claim that air defenses intercepted incoming UAVs and that damage resulted only from debris. However, independent analysts have repeatedly noted that the precision and scale of damage observed at many sites are inconsistent with this explanation. In Yelets, multiple indicators pointed to a direct strike. The city's mayor, Vyacheslav Zhabin, issued a red alert warning of a UAV attack threat covering Yelets and nearby settlements. Residents reported hearing air defense activity and experiencing mobile internet disruptions, another recurring feature of Russian responses to Ukrainian drone incursions. According to MediaZone, Russian authorities have increasingly shut down mobile internet services during drone attacks, ostensibly to support air defense operations. Analysts suggest the practice also serves to limit the spread of real-time information before official narratives are established. Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed it shot down a large number of Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles. According to statements cited by the Kyiv Post and Reuters, Moscow asserted that between 400 and 437 Ukrainian drones were intercepted across multiple regions within a 24-hour period, one of the largest UAV assaults reported since the start of the war. Energia is not an ordinary factory. It is a central node within Russia's defense industrial complex and one of only 3 facilities in the country capable of producing certain advanced military energy systems, of which Energia is the largest. The plant manufactures a wide range of critical products, including lithium-ion and nickel-cadmium batteries, thermal batteries used in missile guidance systems, power units for drones, aircraft, naval vessels, and glide bombs, uninterrupted power supplies, and electrochemical energy systems. These components are vital to some of Russia's most advanced weapons, including Iskander ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, unmanned aerial vehicles, and elements of the GLONS satellite navigation system. Thermal batteries are particularly important as they are designed to operate under extreme temperatures, high acceleration, and intense electromagnetic interference. They are specialized military-grade components that are not available on the civilian market and are extremely difficult to import due to international sanctions. Without thermal batteries, missile guidance systems are effectively rendered inoperable. For Ukraine, Russian ballistic missiles, especially the Iskander, remain among the most dangerous threats. A November 2025 report by the Royal United Services Institute, RUSI, analyzed Russian missile attacks between September 2022 and October 2025. According to RUSI, Russia launched 939 Iskander and Kinjal ballistic missiles in 345 attacks. Ukraine intercepted only 227 of those missiles. The interception rate stood at approximately 24%. In 273 of the 345 attacks, Ukraine intercepted none of the ballistic missiles. The data underscores a sobering reality. Ukraine's air defenses, while effective against many drones and cruise missiles, struggle against ballistic threats, often due to limited interceptor stocks rather than technical incapability. This reality has shaped Ukraine's strategic logic. If missiles cannot be reliably intercepted in flight, disrupting their production becomes an alternative defense. The January strike was not Ukraine's first attempt to neutralize Energia. According to Ukrinform, the plant was hit at least twice in 2025. On May 23, Ukrainian drones struck the facility, causing a fire and injuring 9 employees. On July 15th, at least 4 drones hit the plant, triggering another blaze that temporarily halted production. Each attack imposed repair costs, disrupted output, and likely depleted specialized expertise. The January 2026 strike appears to be part of a sustained effort to degrade the facility's long-term functionality. The Energia attack comes as Russia's defense industrial sector shows signs of fatigue. After years of rapid expansion fueled by wartime spending, growth began to slow in late 2025. Data from Rosstat, Russia's national statistics agency, revealed declines in several key defense-related industries. Fabricated metal products fell 1.6% month-over-month after years of double-digit growth. Production of tanks and armored vehicles slowed sharply. Output growth in other transport equipment dropped from 60% to single digits. By November, Defense Blog reported that internal Russian assessments described the sector as facing its most severe crisis since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Factors included labor shortages, financial stress, supply chain disruptions, sanctions, and repeated Ukrainian strikes. Beyond physical strikes, Ukrainian-aligned hacking groups have targeted Russian defense companies with cyber and hybrid operations. According to the Moscow Times, some attacks involved AI-generated documents designed to overwhelm administrative systems and waste resources. Together, these efforts form a pattern of economic attrition, what analysts describe as death by 1,000 cuts. Individually, no single strike cripples Russia's war machine. Collectively, they increase costs, delay production, and erode resilience. Ukraine's drone campaign appears to be accelerating. Reuters reported that Moscow has been targeted by UAVs almost daily since the start of 2026. Analysts say the tempo suggests Kyiv is expanding its deep strike capabilities and production capacity. Forbes contributor Vikram Mittal argued in December that Ukraine is using deep strikes to build leverage ahead of potential peace negotiations. He wrote, "These drone strikes weaken Russia's long-term warfighting capacity. They reduce the resources available to fund soldiers and equipment while slowing territorial advances." The Energia strike exemplifies this logic. Even if Russia repairs our plant, the costs, financial, logistical, and strategic, compound over time. The attack also carries symbolic weight. Energia lies hundreds of kilometers from the front lines and protected by layered air defenses. Its damage challenges Moscow's narrative that its rear areas are secure. For Russian planners, the implications are unsettling. Defending frontline forces while also shielding vast industrial infrastructure may prove unsustainable. For Ukraine, the strike reinforces a broader message that geography alone no longer guarantees safety. As 2026 begins, the war in Ukraine is increasingly defined not only by trench lines and artillery duels, but by drones, supply chains, and industrial vulnerability.
The fire at Energia represents more than a single successful strike. It illustrates how modern warfare rewards precision, persistence, and strategic targeting.